Track 10. Telephone skills. Managing challenging calls. As a telephone professional, you will be faced with your share of angry callers. Every company has an irate customer at least once in a while. Some receive hundreds of angry calls per day. It's the successful companies and employees, though, that know how to handle these potentially explosive situations. Here's an example of how not to handle an angry caller.
Acme Corporation.
Yeah, this is Ken Bales over at Ohio Manufacturing, and I have had it with you people. I've called 4 times this month, and every time I'm told you'll send somebody out to fix my system, but nobody shows up. I've got a business to run over here. Now let me talk with your president.
Sir, our president doesn't take service calls.
He doesn't take... Put him on the line, you nitwit.
I don't have to take this.
Look, I pay you people good money, and I...
Jerk.
Needless to say, that wasn't the best way to handle that particular caller. Remember, no matter how upset a caller may seem, the anger is not directed at you. He may not even be angry at your company. Maybe he's just had the world's worst day and he just happened to vent in your direction. The momentary satisfaction you may derive from telling someone off is never worth losing a customer. So even when you feel a caller is being unreasonable, it's your job to provide polite, professional service. Remember what we said in track number 2. You'll know you've mastered the art of telephone manners when you can be helpful and courteous to even the rudest caller. Here are some Business Voice pointers that will help you manage those challenging calls.
Number 1. Align yourself with the caller. Put yourself in his shoes and try to understand his frustration. Let him spout off if necessary, but do not confront or antagonize. Number 2. You can always apologize for the situation in very general terms without admitting that you or your company are at fault. You may even find it appropriate to agree with the caller's complaint if it seems legitimate. Number 3. When working with an angry caller, use mirroring techniques. If he's talking fast, you talk fast, but not as fast. As he slows down, you slow down. Number 4. Propose an action plan in order to resolve the problem or reach a satisfactory conclusion. Just be sure that your plan under-promises and over-delivers. Number 5. If you need to pass the call to a manager or another department, do so, but tell the caller why you're doing it. And remember to follow the steps we outlined in the section on transferring calls in track 5. Number 6. You may even want to practice handling challenging calls by role-playing with your fellow employees. You should also know your company's policy on taking care of angry customers before they call. If there is no policy, suggest to your supervisor that one be developed. Number 7. Even if you prove that the caller is at fault, try to come up with a way that you can share responsibility for the caller's problems. You'll help the caller save face, and you'll save a customer.
Listen to this example.
Good afternoon, Sullivan Corporation Service Department. I'm your customer service representative, Jill. How can I help you today?
Yeah, this is Ken Bales over at Ohio Manufacturing, and I have had it with you people. I've called 4 times this month, and every time I'm told you'll send somebody out to fix my system, but nobody shows up. I've got a business to run over here.
Okay, Mr. Bales. I'm sure we can help you.
Oh, really? I don't think you can. Want to put some money on that?
I sure do understand your frustration, Mr. Bales. I'd be upset too if I'd called 4 times with no results. But I'm going to take personal responsibility for this problem, and I'll see it through until you're satisfied.
Well, that would certainly be refreshing.
All right, Mr. Bales. I have your account information on my screen. You have the RX400. That's the freestanding unit.
Yeah, that's right.
I also see your complete history of service issues here. Would it be acceptable, sir, to have one of our technicians in your building this afternoon?
Are you kidding? That would be great.
All right, then. Tim Jackson will be at your facility on Monroe Street after 3 today. I noticed, too, that it's been a while since your last maintenance call.
Well, yeah, I've been a little slack with that.
Well, I'm going to send 3 new filters with Tim, and he'll install those for you free of charge today.
Hey, thanks. That's nice of you.
My pleasure, Mr. Bales. We want to keep our good customers happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for your help in working all this out.
Thank you for calling, sir. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, Mr. Bales. If I can be of any help in the future, please ask for me personally. I'm Jill.
Will do, Jill. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Bales. Goodbye.